And welcome to Blockbuster Bumps. Kick back your recliner, crack open a beer, and let's talk movies. And today we'll be talking about Rocky Balboa, the sixth movie in the Rocky saga. And yes, it doesn't have a number after it. Throws you off, doesn't it?
It does.
Unfortunately, Barry is not here again today. So get your shit together, Barry.
Yeah. Don't feel alarmed, but his anal fissure busted open again, and they had to re-sew it up. So, wish him well, everybody. We will. Hopefully, he gets better soon, and he'll come back.
But as of last week, Drew is here to give us a fourth member. Mm-hmm. And even though he told us he wouldn't be here for 5 and 6, he made it for 5 and 6.
I did.
Wow.
I'm fine with 6. This is fine.
Yeah. All right. Well, that being said, let's get started. Tom, what did you think of your rewatch of Rocky Balboa?
I loved it. Like, to be honest, I wish that this was a good wrap up for everything that we've seen. Like, I think this would have been a good one to end on rather than 5. Let's be honest. Like, you'd have just dropped it and put this there. I'd have been all right with it. But no, there was enough that like I said, we still got some of the endearing characters, like all the way back from 1. Honestly, it was just done way better. Even the speeches that Rocky gave are just so iconic, even from this movie.
Oh yeah.
Like that's the thing is like some of the speeches he's gave, like the one he gave his boy outside of his restaurant. Like I hear that one all the damn time.
No, yeah.
Like that, it's like
not just here. You see an older Rocky saying.
Well, that's like I'm sure like if you've watched any of the Machiavelli motivation videos, like eventually you'll come across that speech in your damn ear and all that. It's like, yeah, we've all heard it. It's not about how hard you get hit and everything. That's like,
it's if you can get up.
That's it. But
how hard you get hit and keep coming forward.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, this was the way it should have been. Like this was a good end note for the saga.
Drew, what did you think?
This has been a much better ending too. I would say. I knew, obviously watching it now again, like the first time, win or lose, who cares? It's kind of like one of those moments again. It's not who cares if he wins or loses the fight against Dixon. Like it's not. It's just a better ending. It is sad that Adrian dies, but like he has a restaurant named after her. He's doing okay. Like you do see like older characters come back. Basically, it's just his kid again. That's really the issue with this one. But other than that, I enjoyed it. I actually enjoyed sitting down and watching this one again. So I don't watch this one as much as the other ones, but like I would watch this one more again. Like we said last week, in a year, like if it was on, I would think about like sitting down and watching it. Not like 5. This one's actually enjoyable.
Fair enough, Ray.
So all in all, I enjoyed this movie way better than 3, 4, and especially 5. Ooh. It was Rocky dealing with his loss, trying to move forward. Wow. Rocky's son trying to deal with his last name and being something he's not to fit in.
I did like that take.
Rocky with his awkward niceness and being the dumbest person in the room and still educating people. Original storyline with the what-if scenario of the computer, the then and now. So, all in all, pretty decent writing and story to end the Rocky franchise on a good note, to cleanse our palates of the last 3 movies, or at least the last movie for sure.
All right. Well, interesting. I agree with all of you. I do think this is a huge step up to end the franchise from Rocky 5. And to be honest with you, I think me and a lot of people, maybe people in this room, thought we weren't going to get this. I mean, there was a 16-year hiatus for Rocky between 5 and 6.
Yeah.
And Sylvester Stallone was, I don't remember how old he was, but he was fairly old when he made this movie, and I, we were all to the point where like, I think Rocky's over, and then he came out with a Rocky and a Rambo movie there, boom, boom, pretty close together.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you have things like ESPN and HBO in this movie compared to the other one.
Oh, the announcers! I love the announcers in this one too.
Oh,
They're real announcers and everything that we've seen and all
Right.
that, and still like
Yeah.
just jabbing to where like this is shit you want to say live on air and stuff.
We
Like,
got Dana Jacobson, we got Brian Kinney, we got Skip Bayless, we got Max Kellerman, we
Yeah.
got Jay Crawford.
Yeah.
Like, we got some of the biggest ESPN personalities there are.
And even in this movie, Skip Bayless is saying some dumbass shit.
Yes, he is. Yes, like
Well, they just told him just act normal, Skip.
they even got Michael Buffer to do the ring announcements.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just
which is wild because if you ever looked up how much he gets paid just by saying that,
Oh, really?
it's something like $3 to $5 million just to say it. Like
That's
each time he just says it.
that's insane. He's making
Yeah,
a
it's
living.
like legit just in his contract and everything. That's why it's changed for the announcer. The UFC has to say something else. Like there's actually like some type of copyright he has on it.
Oh,
Like it is
I
hilarious.
mean, good for him and smart, but it's just
Oh yeah,
absurd.
yeah, no one's gonna imitate that.
no.
Like,
But it's just so absurd that that's what.
Yeah, this is my phrase. Like I love it.
So, anybody else notice this is the first movie that does not re-show the fight from the last one?
Yeah.
It's the only one that does that. Like, it just
yeah.
starts off into a movie. Like, there is no re-showing stuff from the last
Do
movie.
we really need to go back and show him
Showing him beat up Tommy Gunn.
the street with?
well, didn't they do like a little replay thing in the letters while we were going forward? Though?
Yeah, that was.
But it was over all the movies. It was just showing, like,
Oh.
his boxing career,
Yeah.
essentially. It wasn't...
It wasn't like the normal like we show him winning and then a little bit of the aftermath of the
Yeah,
fight and
it
then we
wasn't-
start the new
It wasn't
story.
a straight up street fight transitioned back into
Well,
the bar. Like,
yeah,
they
they
didn't
knew the
arrest
la-
Tommy and go right back to playing pool. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, they knew the last one is shit. They're not trying to tell
Yeah,
nobody
they
that
were
story
like-
They
again.
had 15 years to think about it.
like poor Adrian. Like she died of a heart attack because of that shit. Like,
I just think it was interesting that you did that for an entire 5 movies, and then you get to the 6th movie and you're like, no, we're not doing that.
Well, I think we should have known that one. It's not Rocky 6, it's Rocky Balboa.
well,
So I mean, I guess
true.
they are trying to maybe change a few things.
Well, let's be honest too. It wouldn't be believable with how old the actor is. Like there would be a big age between like jump to where like are we really supposed to believe that like no time has lapsed if we go from watching 5 to like Balboa?
Yeah.
Like all the plastic surgery in the world didn't help slow down that transition.
Yeah,
Like,
no.
So I mean, yeah, you had no choice but to fast forward.
By the way, you're talking about the aging. Paulie looks ancient in this movie.
He was not like ancient in the last
Oh,
one.
but poor Paulie is ancient, man. Like
I don't know how old Burt Young was in this movie, but
I don't know, but he's been like I said, he's been there.
he was born in 1940.
Well, I mean, he's
He's
been working
been-
at that meat packing plant forever, you know.
So he would have been like 76 in this
Painting
movie.
pictures.
There you go, not bad.
And obviously he doesn't do the same things to take care of himself that Stallone does.
Right.
No, he wasn't.
No.
So I know Drew kind of mentioned it earlier, but what did you all think of Adrian being dead?
That's cool with me. I mean,
I don't know
apparently.
if I'd describe it as cool.
I don't think it's cool.
well,
but,
I mean,
like,
it's
I
cool
think
in the way that they
did
wrote it.
well.
they did it well. Like they didn't
Like
just.
I did like how it was like the restaurant was named after her. He went and visited her. Like they still showed her in it and all. And like I said, because even so, like the flashbacks and everything in the beginning and stuff, where like, and there's a couple of flashbacks throughout the movie and everything that show her too.
And like you can tell, she's still some of the motivation because he goes and sees her.
Yeah.
Oh no,
At the end.
he's like almost like borderline obsessed with like honoring her memory and
Yeah.
like he's on like I mean he is kind of depressed. I think
Yeah.
that's pretty much the
Which
main factor.
She's
here.
not in the movie, but in a way, she kind of is still in the movie. Like her presence is still there.
Yeah, he goes to her grave every morning. He on her anniversary, he goes to like all the places they spent time together. It's kind of weird.
Even how
But
he talks about her to other people, he talks about my wife.
yeah,
He never he always leaves out the part that she's deceased and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so that's yeah.
So,
like-
well, speaking of this, what do you think? What do you think about the back and forth between Rocky and Paulie, where Paulie finally has enough and is like, "I don't want to do this. I don't want to be here. Like, you treated her good. I treated her bad."
Yeah. I mean,
Probably
I get
being
it.
honest. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's like I mean, yeah, like, it just shows whatever like all the arguments they had apparently it was never really reconciled and everything. So where he doesn't want to sit around and more like I said these aren't good times for Paulie. Like he's sitting around probably like thinking about like oh like I said this and this like fuck, like, and he can't even apologize now. So you're
He's just looking back on it daily, like,
yeah,
dang, I really was
so,
mean to her all these years.
Like Rock's like reminiscing about like like you say, like a love that he had, and Paul is just like, fuck, I treated my sister shittily, and now I can't make it up.
Right.
So
Two sides of the
I
coin.
kind of feel like we missed out on a montage right there. They could have shown like Paulie, Adrian arguing and like ridiculousness, like him throwing the turkey in the alley and like, like we could have seen like a montage there.
Not the montage.
Yeah, we got enough. Like, I was happy with the few montages that we got in this one actually.
Yeah,
it was basically just him just lifting weights.
It was,
Yeah.
I'm like, I can
lifting,
get this. Yeah, it was just pumping iron with Rocky. That's all it was.
pure horsepower.
Which I did not believe the 315 or 405 overhead press or whatever he did. Well, I was watching that. I'm like, dude, like we went from squatting 215. Like that's what I said. Rock was on TRT. Like that's like Rock straight up. I was like, I watched in a matter of months. Like your shit jump up from 215 to 405. Like I don't think so. Especially like you said, as an older retired man. Like, yeah, we all know what happened here, Rock.
Well, they don't actually specifically tell us how old Rocky is in this movie, but they say he's in his 50s.
Yeah, because they say it like takes place.
It's in 2006.
Yeah, which
And Adrian died in 2002.
yeah, so it's been like 3 to 4 years. Yeah, he's
So, I mean, in 1990, he retires. This is 16 years after his retirement.
yeah.
But I don't know how old he was when he retired. They tell us he's 36 in either 3 or 4.
I think it's 3. They say he's 36. I think.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. So he's probably mid-50s.
Yeah.
Late 50s. Yeah.
He was
Mid
doing
to late,
so,
yeah.
So he was doing the Mike Tyson thing. That's all this is. This was Mike Tyson and Jake Paul before it was a thing.
I mean, Rocky's son.
It was Rocky and Maddox.
Rocky's son is probably the age Rocky was in Rocky 1.
Probably.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Which his son aging is just wild. I mean, the last movie went from they leave for Russia and we come back and this kid's 5 years older. Like
I said, you just you wouldn't get away from the time jump. Yeah, like there's no transition. Like
it's like who knows how old he is? Like you can't even like base it off anything.
yeah. Which that arc was. I mean, don't get me wrong. I get it. Like the whole like your dad's legacy is overshadowing you, but
It's really any child ever if their parents.
It was just
like
I said, like that. It was such a weak story arc that I was like, what? This isn't needed. Like that to me was the part that wasn't really. We could have done better with that storyline.
This can't be blamed on teen angst. Like, you're a grown man. You're like 30-some years old. Like, you can't be sitting here talking about how your dad is ruining your life by wanting to box again, or by wanting to have you involved in his life. Like, the entire first half of the movie, all Rocky wants is his son to be around. Like, Rocky is just like, I want to be able to talk to you. I want to have dinner with you every once in a while. I want you to show up at your mom's grave on the anniversary of her death and, like, let's console each other together. Like, pretty basic things.
He's not really asking for anything crazy.
No, he's not. He's like, essentially, be my son, a little bit here and there.
You can live your life, but just come visit me every once in a while.
Exactly. Come by the restaurant. Come by the house. We can meet somewhere and go out to eat. Like, whatever it is, just can we know each other? And then Rocky decides to do something, which, regardless of whether you agree with it or not, he just made it all about himself. Oh, you're ruining my life by boxing again. Like,
oh yeah, that was lame.
Like what? Like what are we doing here? And you changed your name between these movies? Like, yeah, he's now Robert.
Yeah,
just trying to reinvent himself. That's all. Like,
I think he's trying to get out from between Rocky's shadow, which part of me gets a little bit. Like, I'm not saying change your name and not be involved with your father, but like, yeah, maybe you don't want to be exactly like your dad. I get that, and your dad didn't want you to be like him. He pushed you your whole life not to box.
He didn't want him to be like him.
Right.
Like
I want you to go to school and be smart like your mom and use your brain instead of your hands. Like, I get that, but I don't know. Like Rock pretty much puts him in his place in reality, though. Like you're a
that's
grown
what I
man.
mean.
Stop blaming your problems on other
Yeah,
people.
that's where that speech comes in and everything. I'm glad he handled it that way, because if we would have got Rocky 5 type Rocky and Balboa, it would have fell just as flat. Like
If he would have just laid down doing,
yeah, because that's what I think the big critique in the last one was, to where like he didn't stand up, like he didn't like shoot right now, like even in Balboa, it seemed like Rocky had that fire back.
yeah.
Where like in 5 he was just beat down, whereas like in this one it's like he has things set in his life, he just wants to connect with his son.
That's
Like I
all I
said.
want at this point. It's just
Yeah, 'cause
having,
like I said,
just
he's
want
like,
that relationship with his son.
yeah, because like you said, his relationship with Paulie's on autopilot, hanging out. He's even got like his old buddy like Spider Rico or whatever, just hanging around, like
Yeah.
helping him out and shit, and then ends up working for him and everything, or just because he wants to help out. Like, I mean, Rock's had a pretty decent little life and all that. Like, he's happy, but like, yeah, like I said, he still has that drive, and that's what I liked about this one. I think that's why it ends on a good note, like that. I think to where like he still has that fight in him, and it is that echo of the first one, to where like the same thing. He just wanted to go the distance in the first one, and this one's like, can I still do it? What's in the tank?
Well,
Right.
also with this one, everybody, not only Rocky, but everybody snaps back in at some point, because Rocky's kid snaps out of it. Paulie kind of snaps out of it, you know.
Marie's kid snaps out of his
Yeah,
bullshit.
snaps out of his
Yeah.
bullshit.
Yeah.
I just like with the Rocky's kid thing. If they would have just expressed, you know, a little bit that he's having trouble dealing with his mom's death, the same as his dad, problem solved.
Yep.
But it was more of nobody explained that, and it's just here's a douchey character
Yeah.
for half the movie.
And that's how you're remembered. Like, really, it even like, until that actually happened, I even forgot about how like the turnaround happened with his character.
Yeah.
Like, and then I was like, oh, I get, like, this speech is what did it. Okay.
Well,
good
do you think they were trying to tell us, like Rocky gives the speech, like you said, and like turns his kid's whole perspective around? But was that also like a hint of like Rocky hasn't been a good dad? Like this should have happened a long time ago. Rocky should have put him in his place.
I don't know about all that. I think it's just
I think Rocky needed to find himself first and like realize some stuff first before he could go out and put his son in his place.
maybe that.
I would say because like Rocky 5, as much as his kid was being a brat and everything, he was in no place to be like, hey, you need to do this better, when he was letting in strangers basically into their house. And like, I don't know.
Well, I don't know. That's kind of who Rocky is, though. I mean, because even in this movie, like Spider Rico eats at his restaurant every day for free. Paulie eats at his restaurant every day for free.
Yeah.
You know, like Rocky's he invites Marie and her son over to eat for free. Like Rocky just kind of takes care of people.
Yeah.
Like Rocky is loyal to a fault.
He is.
But no, but honestly, I think that like the character himself, though, I think he finally came into his own in this movie. Because, like you said, he is in a place where, yeah, he is a little sad and depressed and all that, but he's taking care of everybody around him, and he's taking care of them and all.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, like, he even seems to be able to articulate life lessons better in this movie definitely better than in the fifth one. But, like, you know, the last few and everything, to where, like you said, because he gives his son better advice, he gives Paulie advice, he like helps out Rico and giving him advice. Oh fuck, yeah, he said Marie herself.
Yeah.
Like, pretty much it is like
Even his little pregnant hostess.
yeah, this
Yeah.
really is like Saint Rocky and all that.
Well, I mean, he's had time to recover. It's been like 15 years.
Well,
He's
here's
got
my
hit in the face
here's
for
my one thing
years.
I have written down over here. His brain injury that was for life is magically gone. He's like you guys just mentioned. He doesn't have like I can't talk thing
Hey,
anymore.
The brain is plastic, Alex.
All these things, and on top of it, he passes all the physical exams with flying colors. When the doctors told us in Rocky 5 that his brain would never be the same again, it would just get worse from here.
Yeah. Once again, why you don't listen to medical science?
Oh no.
Yeah.
like,
Just take Alpha Brain.
like, just let the man fight. The boxing commission did the right thing.
They did.
Well, I mean, if he passed all of his tests, sure.
Yeah.
But I feel like they wrote it out on purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they wanted to bring him back in the ring. I think they probably got credit for that for him fighting in the street. And if you're gonna bring a Rocky movie back after 15 years, you gotta have him fight somebody in the ring.
Well, and the speech he gave to where, because it did seem like you were almost led to believe, like, is he even gonna get it? Because, like I said, even the last one, like, Duke had to pull like a bunch of strings, like, hey, we can get you licensed in any state. It was like the linchpin of the whole plot.
Yeah.
Whereas like this one, it's like it kind of rested on like he's got to pass this, but how? Like,
Yeah. I also think the whole simulation thing's cool.
oh,
Like
yeah,
how they have
yeah,
him fight. Like,
yeah.
it's
I mean,
cool.
it's the age-old question. Like, we do that in every sport.
Oh, yeah.
But we did in boxing. Tom and I used to play
It was fight night.
fight night all the time and, like, bring people from different generations and different classes and everything else. Be like, how would these guys do against each other and fight? It's always something you think about when you're a sports
Yeah,
fan.
no.
'Cause that's about how this came out around the time like either Fight Night 3 or 4 came out.
And what's funny, you guys speak of Fight Night. There's a new boxing game coming out here pretty soon.
Is there?
Yeah.
Oh, I believe it.
I forget what it's called, though.
Yeah. Love those games.
We're talking about old things we like to do. This movie, we talked about it in 5 a little bit, but this movie is also full of nostalgia,
Oh,
but in
yeah.
a much better way.
They did. They
Yeah.
definitely did it.
This was it executed. That's what I mean. This was the swan song to end on.
Yes.
It really was.
You know, I mean, as far back as they brought little Marie back from the very first movie.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Well, I
Like-
mean, Stallone had 15 years to think about it, get out of his mental case, whatever he was doing, and sit down and actually write a good movie.
But I mean, he talks about Adrian, he talks about Mick, he talks about Apollo. Paulie is back, his son is back, Tony is back.
Well, not only his back, but like we were even back in the meat processing plant.
Yes.
And then
Yeah.
it even kind of, I don't know, Paulie's character kind of was left in limbo because, like you said, he gets canned, which you've seen the foreshadowing coming. Because that was one thing I picked up on this one too. Like throughout all these movies, Paulie has never said no to Rock. And this one time here in this movie, he was like, "I'd love to be there to help you train when I can, but this is all I got." Like I was like,
Yeah.
"Ooh, you're gonna get fired."
Yeah.
Like that was a big tell right there. It's like you've never said no to Rock. Like, and that was one that caught me off guard.
And then in this one, Mick, Paulie was a little overly racist at times. There was a couple liners in the restaurant. I'm like,
Do you have a reservation?
What's with the criminal?
yeah,
No,
Which I mean, what do we expect from him? Did we not watch Rocky 3?
I
That's
still
true.
love the "Do you have a reservation? Do I look like a fucking Indian?" Like I was like, "Oh man!" Like
yeah, that liner, I was like, oh my
Yeah.
god, dude.
Yeah.
there were so many to where I was like, "Oh shit!" Like they just Stallone went full bore on it. Like
I know I keep coming back to it, but like Spider Rico is from the very first Rocky.
yeah.
You know, that was the guy he's fighting in the gym at the very beginning of the first movie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
It's
right.
like cracks his head open. That's Spider Rico. You know, Spider Rico like refers to it like you got lucky last time we fought. I'll bust your ass. You don't let me do these dishes. Like, you know, which is like, I think to me, I mean, you guys can tell me if I'm wrong, but to me, that was just them showing like Spider Rico, the old boxer, like Rocky, also has pride. Like, Rocky, you've been taking care of me for this whole movie, like letting me eat for free and, you know, all these things, and let me stay here because I'm broke. Like, I'm gonna like help. I'm gonna like work for my keep. Like, I'm gonna do some
Yeah.
dishes. They show him later like bringing things upstairs, like hauling things upstairs for Rocky. Like, he's
Yeah.
like, no, I have some pride too.
They didn't go over the top with some
No.
of the like. They just did like little subtle things like you were talking about.
Yeah, like I said, it's stuff that you see happen in the background when people are
They don't just have.
talking.
They don't just have
Yeah.
to point it out to you. Make sure you know.
Yeah, like you
just,
said, it's basically like Rocky dealing with Paul, and in the background you see the busboy is Rico.
Yeah.
Like that kind of
Yeah.
thing, to where like it's like you said, it's done subtly, but it's like there's the little details that make it all add up. Because even when you like, because that's when you see a lot of like what Ray was saying, a lot of these characters when they did have their turn, it was kind of like after Rocky gave the speech, Rico started doing dishes, like because like I said, that the Rico dishes thing happened right before that. Like Paulie lost his job and then it was all in for helping with the fight. Like everybody kind of had their turn around that same moment.
Yeah.
By the way, one of my favorite maybe my complete favorite part of the movie is when Tony is given the speech in the weight room of like all the things they can't do.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I can't even remember it all, but it's so hilarious. Like, well, we need speed to beat this guy, and you don't got it, and we can't. Your joints can't take the pounding of running. And then he's like, your joints have calcified, so we can't do this. And like this happens, so we can't do this. When this happens, it's because of this we can't spar. And because of this, so we're gonna rely on pure American horsepower. I'm like, all right, Tony.
Like Tom said, it was just Rocky lifting weights.
That's all it was. It was squats. It was military press. Like it was a bunch of shit. Like it was awesome.
But it was more realistic.
Yeah.
Yeah, they weren't gonna make him like trying to be this fighter at like 55.
Like I said, or even Rock's setup and everything. He wakes up, does pull-ups in the backyard. Like it was one of those things that following Rock throughout his day in this movie reminded me of when the camera would follow Rocky around like Philly when he would walk the streets in the first one. Like that's the same kind of like vibe I got in this. Like whenever you see him just living his life or doing something.
Yeah, and I was very happy they went away from like the whole like poor Rocky, his life is just complete dog shit. I was so happy they went away. He's not rich and famous anymore,
No, but
he's his life is fine.
he can live comfortably.
Yeah,
He can,
So that's what I mean. I think he is who he wanted to be in 5 is I think who he is now in Balboa.
yeah.
Like when he was trying to be his version of what like Mick is, I think this is that person. Like to where that's why he takes care of people. That's why, like I said, he has a very simple life the way Mick did. I think he tried modeling a lot of that off of him, but like that is like he just wanted one more fight, one more challenge.
And he found it after a boxing job that he can relate to. He hosts a restaurant. He goes around tables, tell boxing stories.
Yeah.
I mean, what else does he really want at this point? I mean,
That's
this is what he.
Well, like I said,
That's
like,
what he was about.
the
Social
biggest
guy.
thing, he just wanted to take care of people. Like that's really his biggest thing. It's like this man just takes care of everybody who's in his vicinity.
Yeah.
So as long as he has the means to do that, he's happy.
By the way, this is a little off topic, but I think it'd be cool as shit to go to Rocky's restaurant.
Yeah.
Like to sit at a table and eat your food, regardless of how great the food is, as long as it's decent.
Yeah,
like eat your food, and Rocky's gonna stand there and tell you.
Oh, we tell you
war
about the time I
stories
went
and
to
talk-
Russia on Christmas.
Yeah, like that would be cool.
I could sit there and bullshit over those. Yeah, it'd be easy. I did like the line when he was talking to the ESPN guys or whatever, or the Masons guys, where he was like, "What do you recommend or what?" I was like, "Well, it's all edible." Like, I
Yeah.
was like, yeah, that's a Rocky line. Like, but what's even like the jokes like that, like those like half-ass, quick-witted little things to where like it's clever. It's not a smart joke, but it's just clever to where like, but it's fast. It's like it's that street smart that I think he didn't convey that in some of these last movies. Like you've seen that in the first one and kind of in the second, but I feel like it really went away from that part in like 3, 4, and 5.
What did you think of? You just brought him up, but Dixon's handlers.
We're talking about the original trainer that they made him, or the white guys that were.
The white guys that were like, one was his like finance guy, and the other guy was his manager or whatever.
I just looked at it as the modern version of Duke.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah,
I felt like they
modernized,
went next level and more modern.
Yeah,
But it was still the obnoxious assholes.
Yeah, they just
that like were all about money. Because it wasn't just that they were trying to screw over Rocky. They didn't care about Dixon either.
no, they did not. No, they didn't care about their own guy.
Yeah. But even Dixon knew that, and that was the whole reason of him going back and talking to his trainer and all, and that was his own. We were watching his struggle with fame as well, like, but because that's something that I think they could have. If I have any critique with it, I think that's something they could have fleshed out a little bit better.
Well, I think they tried to walk that line of wanting you to feel a little sorry for Dixon, but also making Dixon an adversary, because he was also kind of being a dick to Rocky and like letting things hit his ego, so then he would attack Rocky in the media or at the in person.
The conversation they had right before, he's like, "Hey, like I'll make this look good. He's like, just keep up, but just know if you hit me, like we're really gonna do this and all." Like,
Yeah.
that was, because like I said, he didn't want to do it in the first place.
That's true.
Like I said, he was beneath him and all that. He wasn't about it. Like, and he didn't know that Rock was going into it like, oh, this is my last hurrah type thing. Like,
Yeah, he wasn't.
So yeah, it was going to be a fight. But once again, it was that foreshadowing, because that's what like Dixon's trainer even said. Like, you need to go up against somebody who like isn't going to stop. Like, and everybody you fought against so far, like, they don't have that drive.
By the way, the person that came out the worst in this whole movie was Dixon.
Yeah.
Dixon was fucked at the end of this movie.
Yeah.
Like, his career is completely messed up.
Who cares that you won? You got a split decision by like a 56-year-old man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing, but it's an exhibition. It was going to be a split decision anyway.
Yeah.
All exhibitions are always split decisions. That's the whole point. Is like they're charity fundraiser events. Like this like I said, that like this was supposed to be a money making thing, like the equivalent of Thunder Lips against Rocky. That's what this was.
Yes,
like,
but his financial guys were selling him on it with, this will boost our money for the next fight if you can do this. This isn't going to boost his money. This is going to make nobody want to watch him ever.
No.
No, yeah.
Because, I mean, like you said, a 56-year-old guy just took you 12 rounds and, was right there punch for punch with you.
He knocked you down.
Now, I will say this. Anybody that gave Rocky the points in that fight is an idiot and should never be allowed to score a fight again. Because Rocky clearly lost on points by far.
Yeah.
no,
But
just jabs alone.
yes, 100%. But that being said, Rocky did knock him down, like you said. Rocky gave him the fight of his life at 56 years old and ended the argument of what would Rocky have done to you in his prime. Because Rocky would have tore you apart in his prime. Is pretty much what the
that does
premise was.
That does
here.
hurt him there. It proves him.
Well, and Dixon did do it with a broken hand, so he wasn't going to be fighting anytime soon after that.
It's true.
Like I said, I think that's where the equalizer of age came in for this fight, to make it more realistic. And then they tried playing it off like, oh, well, as long as it stays in the glove, it'll eventually go numb and all that, so he'll be able to throw it. But how many rounds until that hand goes numb? Like,
Yeah, apparently it was 2 because
Yeah.
Rocky won the next 2 rounds and then he started nailing Rocky again.
Yeah.
I don't know, you let me huff some ammonia in the corner and everything. Like, as long as it's wrapped up tight.
Because even the
Like you said,
even the round that Rocky knocked him down in, Rocky lost that round because Rocky went down twice in that round.
Yeah.
So it was
I
like,
was gonna say,
There's just no way
went down
scoring
on
wise.
this. Yeah. But no, but honestly, it's still an entertaining fight. Like,
but it was a very, very typical Rocky fight.
oh,
Like
yeah, he
nothing
was-
new, nothing
No.
changed. It was like you could take the fight, you could take the Apollo fight from 1 and from 2. You can take the what's his name, the third guy,
Clubber Lang.
Clubber Lang fight. You can take the Ivan fight. They're all the same sequence. They're all the same, like Rocky getting beat up, Rocky staying in there, Rocky throwing the big left, like Rocky can't get inside the jab. Like it's all the same story.
It's the same thing every time.
It was I just have written down on my notes, it was a very typical Rocky fight.
Stay away from that eye. Don't let it hit your eye.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. Like, keep your hand up, like circle. Like,
By the way, did you all notice that, like, for the whole second half of the fight, Dixon was keeping this arm up the entire, like he wouldn't even drop it to throw a punch. It was just he kept it up, and Rocky's just nailing him on this side of the face over and over and over again. I'm like, bro, like bring your other glove up, do something.
Like, I don't know if you think he's left-handed, but like he's boxed both ways. Like
That's true. But yeah, it was a. No, I don't want to say it like I'm bashing the fight. I didn't mind the fight. The fight was fine.
Oh yeah, it's definitely more modernized. You can definitely tell just by like
Yeah.
the style.
yeah, you can
You
just
just by the, like you could tell, like, just like I said, Rocky's gonna fight the same way throughout it, but the opponent's style is what changes throughout these movies. And yeah, you can definitely tell, like, oh, this guy had an actual coach or like something, and everything, because like, yeah, these jabs are like clean, crisp, and yeah, Rock's just still like
But I mean, just like
coming out.
in the last movie, this is a professional boxer. Antonio Tarver is a real boxer.
yeah.
But at the same time, this guy fought in the style of Creed. This was a new, younger Creed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
more reserved. of a guy, not
A,
more like,
a little bit. He
out
was
there,
still
out there.
mouthy and stuff, but he wasn't celebrated. So you didn't get. To,
Yeah.
I don't think you get to see the full version of him because everybody hated him.
Yeah.
Because
Everyone was dogging on him, say he'll beat you in his prime.
yeah, they threw ice at him after he defended his title.
Yeah.
Because once again they said like he was once like they said he was fighting bums basically. They're like,
Yeah.
old boy had the flu or whatever, has been sick.
Oh
for
boy
this
had the
long.
flu.
Yeah, like they were just like, you haven't fought anybody serious. That was the whole like shtick behind it, is like you haven't fought anybody serious and all that. Like and what-
you haven't lost. Like
Yeah, but it was one of those things of
like,
like,
this were the last one that said like somebody like has more glass in their jaw than a chandelier or something. But, like I was like, yeah, like you're just not fighting anybody hard. You're not, like I said, you're not making yourself sellable.
well, but that was the thing. It wasn't that it was his choice. It was the whole premise of it is that the heavyweight division didn't have a single challenger worth a damn. He was.
true.
We went through this a few years ago, Tom, when you and I were still watching boxing all the time. Like we went through a thing where it was like, who cares who the heavyweight champion is because nobody's worth watching right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
wasn't. When you don't have that dominant figure, if you don't have more than one, there's. I mean,
Right.
At one
If-
point, yeah, but you can't blame him for that. Like you can't.
It's not necessarily his fault, but I mean, like the reason we all think of like the most of the all-time great boxers is because they had these huge moments with other great boxers. Like,
Yeah.
what if we took Muhammad Ali and made him fight a bunch of bums his whole career? We wouldn't think of him the same way.
No.
But he fought Frazier and he fought Foreman and he fought these guys that were all I can't talk. Also, all-time great boxers.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he wasn't out there beating up the four of us.
Yeah,
You know?
he wasn't having someone barely making it into the weight class.
Yeah.
Well, or like I said, even like dodging it down the road or anything. Like
Yeah.
it was, I don't know. But then again, the sports it changed so much.
What did you all think of Tyson being in the stands calling out
I love
calling out Dixon for fighting an old man?
I love
Yeah.
it. Because then Tyson gets he's gonna rock people and all that. Like, yeah, I forgot Tyson was even in it. All
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Now, did you also notice how they kept Rock's physique covered up until the very like?
I was
beginning
gonna
of the
bring that
fight?
up.
Yeah, so yeah, they don't say anything.
Even
All of a
at-
sudden, they just everything comes off.
Even at his weigh-in, he had a robe on.
Yeah. Yep. Everything. Yeah, they jump in the way as like, yeah, he's allegedly already weighed in. They cut like halfway through it, like. But yeah, I noticed that. So I was like, all right, we'll see what you did here, Rock.
He brought his brother back for a small role in this movie. He didn't have him in 5, but he's back for 6.
Yeah, his brother knew not to come back for 5.
Yeah.
And of course, he's replaced his son
Yeah, yeah, son.
because his real life son played his son and before. But he obviously couldn't do that here. He's dead.
Yeah,
Right.
that
so,
is. And then Stallone has like 3 daughters now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Paulie got his name on his jacket. Nobody else got their name on their jacket except for Paulie. Son of a bitch.
Well, did you notice like all the stuff was advertising things? Even Paulie's hat had an advertisement on it. It was
Right.
Paulie asked him like, "Hey, I'm gonna get a deal. You know, can I do the what's he say? Can I?"
It's the same thing as the first one. To where I was like, can I make money off your name? Like, you can
Yep.
make money off of it, do it, man.
So yeah, I'm sure since it was Paulie's deal, he got his own name put.
He
on
put his
there.
name
But
on
he didn't
it.
put Rocky's or
No.
Spider Rico's or his nephews or
No.
what's it? Steps.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
Steps.
yeah. Nope, just Polly.
Yeah.
Just Paulie.
Which don't expect anything less from
No,
him.
yeah, once again, but,
Yeah.
like, that's a total poly move. I don't think anybody's surprised.
Making money on someone else and put your name on it.
Yeah. It's
And then they wrote lines for Max Kellerman that turned him into a nerdy fanboy for 35 seconds.
I was cool with that though.
You like that?
Like the whole thing of like, I grew up watching this guy when I was a little kid, and now I'm calling his fight. You know,
Oh, yeah.
20
Yeah,
years later.
that would
Like
be
that was
cool,
kind of cool. Like
Yeah.
I think it'd be really awesome to like all of a sudden if you got to meet Reggie Miller or something,
Yeah.
you know, like you're a great, you know, Pacers fan for those of you that don't know, you know, and it's like, you know, if all of a sudden you're like face to face with Reggie Miller getting ready to call him in a 3-point contest or something, that'd be pretty awesome.
Oh my god, I'm gonna miss every shot, guys. But no, I didn't hate it. I just thought it was kind of they could have tweaked a little bit better.
And that's the one thing is like a lot of people remember Max Kellerman as like the butt of a bunch of jokes on First Take.
Yeah,
But like Max Kellerman was one of the best boxing analysts in the business.
No, yeah, he was. Yeah,
Like Max Kellerman was legit when it came to boxing. Then he just went on to become a TV arguer for 6 or 7 years.
talking
and-
about old Iguodala. Dude, that clip it still gets shown everywhere.
I think he just did that to fuck with people because I think there was a point where he just wanted to fuck with.
He didn't
Stephen
care
A.
anymore at
Yeah.
some point on that show, but
So why do you think they brought Marie back?
They needed another throwback character.
they're back here, and they probably needed another like since Adrian's gone, just another
Yeah,
female
just some type
presence
of-
in it.
Yeah, female.
probably.
Like,
Was there not like a really weirdness to their relationship?
Yeah,
Yeah, it was kind of like it was just weird because like they'd seen each other and like you never see her again until now. I don't know. That just kind of
From
plays
like
part
12,
of it.
she was like 12 years old. Now she's like a 30-year-old woman.
Doesn't he say like in the first one like don't smoke or something? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
He does,
Don't smoke and don't be a whore. That's his two messages.
Yeah, yeah.
and what did she do?
And then, but like not only that, but he just like keeps repeatedly showing up at their house, and then like I want to tutor your son, and then I'm gonna change your light bulb, and then I'm gonna give you guys free food, and I'm gonna get you guys a dog, and I'm gonna give you both jobs. Like, but he just keeps showing up at their house over and over and over again, and then like, but he even says like, oh, like I still love my wife, like I'm not interested in you. But like, there's almost like a love tension between them.
There is like a little something there, but like
Especially when like she's cheering for him in the stands because they keep cutting to her like she is Adrian.
Yeah,
Yeah, they cut
and that's
her,
how I
yeah.
kind of felt it. It's
Yeah.
kind of like the
like
alternate.
I said,
universe
Adrian's presence is there, but I don't know if they're like almost showing it like as her. I don't know.
And then she like runs into the ring and like gives him
Yeah.
a hug.
Really, there's no security at these fights.
I guess here, I
Yeah,
guess modern
never.
day we don't care if you yell their name.
Yeah. Like,
Rocky, Rocky, I need a hug, Rocky.
That's my son and my new man in there. My new man.
I mean, like, do we think Rocky hooked up with Marie? Before all this is over.
I don't know.
I don't
A lot
think
could
so.
have happened. And
I don't think so before the fight because you don't do it before the fight, but definitely afterward.
Yeah,
So you think he's? Yeah, I mean, he was.
So get him
pretty-
yell at Adrian's and then
Yeah.
I'll take
Yeah.
he pretty much is like obsessed with Adrian still throughout this whole movie. Do you think like getting the fight like took that out of him?
no.
He's talking about getting the beast out of him.
So
obviously not when he goes to her grave. And it's like we did it.
Marie had to make the first move. Like she had to like do the crotch grab or something because he was not gonna do that.
No.
Yeah, Rock
It
is-
was all
I don't
her.
think Rock's gonna corner Marie like he did Adrian, not let her out the room.
No, he already did that once.
Yeah, like I got away with it one time in my life. I don't think I can do it again.
Hey
Like,
Rocky, I want to thank you for everything you did.
I think he's gonna corner her with his knives stabbed in the wall.
yeah, let's be happy that Rock as an old man didn't revert back to that.
let's be happy.
How dark would have Balboa been then to where you just owned a bar instead of a restaurant?
Do you imagine like the pictures or just all the
Yeah.
pictures in his bar, just him,
Hey.
knives?
But we didn't see the kitchen, so maybe that's how he's got the knives hung up in the kitchen.
That is true. We didn't see all the buildings and all that, but yeah.
Food's
it's-
edible, right? That's all we
Yeah.
need.
Yeah, like it's got a bunch of Mexicans making Italian food. Like authentic. Like
Not culturally appropriated enough.
I know, I loved it. Like
So do you guys think they could have made this movie with Adrian in it?
No, definitely not. It wouldn't have hit.
We'd
right.
had that same thing we have in the first four. Would Adrian been okay with him fighting at 56 or whatever?
no, she would not have.
She would have
There's
said
no
no.
fucking way.
I mean, they replaced that with his son, essentially.
Yeah, but like that doesn't hit as hard, but like as hard, I guess, as like Adrian. Like if it's Adrian, you're like, oh, here we go with this bull crap again. Her saying no, and
Yeah, that's what it would have been. It would have been too repetitive.
I think it was better, honestly, that she was gone.
Well, I mean, Marie kind of turned it, and she goes, fighters fight, that little speech in the van. So
Yeah,
it was like
Maria-
alternate.
Yeah, Maria's all
Adrian.
for it. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Maria got nothing to lose.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, who does she care?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, she would have because that's her sugar daddy, and he would have been in
No more
nursing
free
home.
meal.
Yeah, no more free meal and a paycheck.
Well, maybe he might have gave the restaurant to her.
I mean, you never know. He's like that.
I'm going to assume that Robert would get the restaurant.
You would assume.
You would think so, but
I don't know who.
By the way, did you,
is
I
Paula
mean,
sitting on the paperwork?
I don't think we brought this up last week, but did you all notice that Mick did not leave the gym to Rocky? He left it to the kid.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh.
The kid actually owned Mick's gym.
But I think they wrote that in there like that to keep it in the storyline when he had to train Tommy.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
Well, I just took it as
Yeah.
the reason you get to keep this is because you don't own it.
Oh no, I
Really?
yeah,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
I took it like as like, oh, it's a way to push the story along. That's why, like, because he doesn't own the gym now in Balboa.
That's true. We don't ever see the
Like,
gym.
Yeah,
you
we
know,
never.
the boy doesn't even have, like, even his son. Like, you didn't even become like an entrepreneur or anything like that. Like, you're still like, fuck. Like, I mean,
We don't even know what he does. He just work like it looks like he works in like business in some
Yeah,
way.
so, yeah, we're just not.
But and his dad talks about numbers at one point.
It
Don't let the
sound like-
numbers get you down.
yeah, it sounded like accounting.
yeah,
like,
it's just
but-
something doing business.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
he's
I said, it didn't seem like it was specified. It just sounded like it was something accounting wise and all that.
By the way, not the greatest advice Rocky's ever given in that scene. Just use your eraser and erase all the numbers.
yeah, I'm not going to Rocky for my business problems.
Like the method, just everything resets to zero. Like,
Yeah, like Rocky's brain every time he gets hit in the face.
yeah.
Well, that's over now.
Yeah, that's over.
His
now.
brain injury's gone.
Yeah.
Like I said, brain's plastic.
Yeah, they gave him a pig brain.
A pig brain. No, but he's smarter in this movie.
Maybe it
He
is a
gets
pig
smarter.
brain.
Well, his disease went away.
Yeah.
He doesn't have brain trauma
Yeah.
anymore.
I'm sure not getting hit in the head on a regular basis really helps with that.
Probably right on that.
Well, I've even seen like like honestly, people don't spar really anymore.
No, yeah.
Like when you actually see like modern like professional fighters, they don't spar. Like it's UFC, boxing, any of that. It's not like it's just not worth it anymore. Like there's more effective ways to train.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you guys think for nostalgia reasons they could have like even real briefly brought back some of his I mean obviously you couldn't bring back Apollo because he's dead, but like if we saw Clubber Lang and like Ivan Drago like in the crowd or like come to the restaurant or something, you think that would have been
I doubt
interesting?
Drago since he's probably still in
Yeah.
Siberia, but like having
Yeah.
Clubber Lang like coming to the restaurant, but like something about like this fool or like old.
It may I was gonna say it may have been
Maybe a
okay
little.
seeing Clubber telling a story at a table.
like in like the corner, like kind of going like I
Yeah.
beat this bum once or something like that. Like you just pan away from it, like
Yeah,
nothing like
just-
crazy.
Yeah, like I said, you just hear that T voice, but no, I think it would have came off too cartoony if they'd done that. It would have been like
Yeah.
a Brady Bunch reunion.
Yeah.
Because, like you said, those were like their characters were too big.
Like maybe Clubber sitting next to Tyson and Tyson says a line and
Yeah,
Clubber says
yeah.
doesn't say
Yeah,
anything.
something
That
like
would have
that.
been
It'd be
okay.
something little and
Like I
subtle,
said, you work
nothing.
something in there, but yeah, like it's one of those less is more. Like
Yeah.
like I said, they would have to do it subtly the way they worked Rico's character in there,
Yeah.
where it's a lot of seen, not heard.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you think the flashbacks to those fights was the best way to re-show them?
Yeah.
Probably,
definitely.
yeah, just-
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say that probably was the best way they could do it.
All right, gents. I don't have anything else. Anybody else have anything to talk about with this movie?
I don't think so. 'Cause,
No.
I mean, it was way better than the other ones. Well, not all of them, but at least last one. So I don't really have a whole lot to hate on.
No,
like
no,
said,
I don't hate this movie
I,
at all.
I like the way this one ended. Like I feel like no matter
This was a good way to end his.
yeah, like that's the thing is it wrapped up the Rocky like whole saga like really well.
Like I said, it fed into nostalgia in a good way.
Yeah.
Mhm. And like I said, win or lose, who cares? It was just him showing himself that he could do it. It's like Rocky
Yes.
doing it for himself.
and that's it coming full circle though, because like I said, it brings you back to the beginning where it's like it's the last thing he says to Adrian when she's in the bed. Like he doubts if he can do it. He's like, I just want to go the distance.
Yeah.
It's no different in this. It's just that like, and it's almost kind of the same to where like back then it was supposed to be his retirement fight. And,
Yeah.
like this is just
This is
there's
it,
nothing
yeah.
else after. Like he was like, if anything, at the most he talked about doing local shows, and then this fell in his lap. So it was like, no, this will be the end because, like you said, this was supposed to be like this got like the quote unquote the beast out, where I think it was supposed to be him getting over Adrian's death.
I think there was
Because
yes. I think
I think
he
that's
was.
why Paulie said that. It's like, hey, like I can't do this anymore with you.
Mhm.
Like to where it's like, yeah, if you want to live like this, you can, but I can't.
Yeah, I think he was angry about Adrian's death. I think he was still a little angry at the way his son has been treating him.
Yeah.
You know, I think I think maybe there's probably some anger that his well, he's still obviously hung up on Mick's death because he goes back to it constantly. And then also the fact that his life turned out the way it did. You know, like he was on top. Now he's not at the bottom anymore. He's somewhere in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but I just think there was a lot of things for him to like get through there.
Yeah.
All right, anybody got anything else before we move on?
I think I'm good this time.
All right, well, that'll wrap up our movie talk and head us into rankings, the final rankings for this saga. And let's get started. Drew, where do you want Dixon on the 6-man opponent rankings?
Put Dixon at 5.
Dixon at 5. So you drop Tommy Gunn down to 6.
Yeah.
All right. And Ray, what are your thoughts here, sir?
I think I'll have to agree at 5. I don't think he overpowers the other 4. So
All right. Tom, thoughts?
Well, I mean, he's definitely better than Tommy.
I think we all agree on that, right?
I feel like
Yeah.
can't even tell that because like I was going to go, but I see we have the first version of Creed is 4, and we have Clubber as 3. Because to me, in my mind, it's a toss up between like Clubber Lang or him for some reason, and Dixon.
Well, let me say something, Tom, real quick. I was also going to go 5 because I think we all agree that he's better than Tommy Gunn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like I said, that's all over.
But here's my thing. I think you touched on one thing earlier, that Dixon's character is not fleshed out.
no.
No,
So-
we really don't get seen.
So I it's really hard for me to put him above Apollo in anything.
And that's why I'm hard because like I have no problem putting him against Clubber because I think if you took Dixon against Clubber, Dixon wins.
Well, here's my thing. That's what I was getting ready to say. Dixon does nothing awesome in the ring. Clubber beats Rocky. Clubber defends his title multiple times. And all we hear about in this movie is we don't know if Dixon's any good or not. We know Clubber's good.
Yeah.
Well, but Rocky beats Clubber the same way that Dixon fights though. It's that I'm not gonna do the power shots with you. I'm gonna like jab and run and everything. That's why I say like this, but it's the same way I think that Creed 1 still would have beat Clubber. That's what I'm saying. I'm just looking at it, trying to remember the arguments and all that, because in my mind, I really think that
I think we also argument with the
Yeah.
opponents. We didn't just say it all in the ring. I think our other ones
I think
we
that
said,
may have been it too. Yeah,
because
I
like
think
we
it
said,
was,
Clubber didn't just attack Rocky in the ring. He attacked him
Yeah.
outside.
But
too,
that's
like,
the thing here is like Dixon wasn't menacing outside of the
Dixon
ring.
didn't
No,
really,
he was
he didn't
not.
really care.
He could care 2 squirts of piss. Like
He didn't
this
really
was-
want to be like,
Yeah, this was all about the promoters to set up the next big fight. Like
yeah.
this
So
one didn't mean anything.
that's another reason why like it was just more like
So yeah, I think
5.
in that yeah, I gotta just with that dynamic in there with it 5. Yeah.
Okay.
So that finalizes our rankings for the opponents in the Rocky movies, with Apollo Creed from Rocky 2 being number 1, Ivan Drago being 2, Clubber Lang being 3, Apollo from Rocky 1 at number 4. What is Dixon's first name, damn it?
Mason.
Mason
Mason.
Dixon, which is weird.
The line.
Yeah.
The line.
Yeah. I did like that. If your name was Mason Dixon, like you'd have to
Yeah, Mason Dixon at 5 and Tommy Gunn at 6. I'd put you at 7 if I could.
J8 or 9 if I could.
Yeah. So that is our final rankings for the opponents. I don't know if it's Barry's list, but it's sure the rest of ours. And now, gentlemen, let's move on to the movies. Drew, where do you want to put Rocky Balboa on the list of movies here?
It's another anticlimactic thing, kind of the same thing. I'm gonna put it at 5.
What at 5? Okay.
Yeah.
So again, knocking Rocky 5, something that we've all pretty much voiced we don't like. We're knocking Rocky 5 down to last and putting Balboa ahead of it. Ray, what are your thoughts here?
I think I want Rocky Balboa at 4.
Ooh, I'm with you, Ray.
Yeah.
That's what I was eyeballing.
I just feel it had a better story.
Well, I would be happy, well, just the way our list looks, I would be happy if the series was just a 1, 2, 4 as the 3, and then we get Balboa.
Yeah, like four movie group.
Yeah. I could live with a trilogy and a swan song.
Yeah.
And I could cherry pick these 3 movies out of it and do it.
1, 2, 4, and 6. Yep,
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Well, I think if you were going to do that, I don't disagree. You could do that. But I think if you did do that, you could take some of the elements of 3 and fit them into 2 and 4 to
Yeah.
kind of still show that arc.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
mean. But that's why I mean, like, those movies are weak enough to do that. Like I said, there wasn't enough substance in those movies to where, like, you could have him have, like, a little protege that he trains on the side, like in 5 and everything. Or you could have, like, a different type of rivalry or a different type of, like, antagonist opponent, like in the 3rd one with
Yeah, or you could even have it where he gets caught fighting a bunch of bums to hold his title, and to prove himself, he has to go fight Drago instead.
Yeah, I mean, like I
Or
said,
something along the lines.
like I
Yeah.
said, they had it all there. It was just spread out. But
Yeah.
I mean, like, yeah, but as far as like the movies that are like standalone goods that were, if we stack these up, like, I could live with this. Like, it's like Stallone's greatest hits is Rocky. Because like we said, we know 5's definitely in last place. It's really just a matter of like, like, do you think like that Balboa is like better than any of the others in some capacity? Which, like I said, I think that you couldn't make a trilogy with just 1, 2, and 3. Like the way Rocky 3 ends would be, you'd be too irritated. You just want more.
Maybe, I don't know.
No, I don't know that I agree with you. I do think you could make 1, 2, and 3 a trilogy, but 3 does not stand alone.
But that's
The
what I
first 2
mean.
movies could stand alone.
You would always want Rocky 4.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing. You would always, because like I said, it's not a good enough arc to end on there.
But the way
Like-
they end you with Rocky 3, they don't even touch on Rocky 4. They don't even tell
But
you.
that's what I mean. But you as a fan, you know you would want another Rocky.
Yeah. Well, would you
Like-
want another one after 4? When he
No.
Beats
To
Drago,
be,
or
to be
just
honest,
done?
no, I wouldn't. Because after watching all 4 of the opponents, to where it's, especially once you get the Apollo Creed like rivalry developed, that's where I think that with that I would have been happy if, once, like we all said, if 5 was never made, and just, if you want to end it 16 years later, make Balboa.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
think-
especially with the speech and at the ending of 4. I mean, what
Yeah.
else has he got to do?
That's what I mean.
That's true.
You could have
That
even
is true,
ended
yeah, I'll
on
give you
4, and that movie just by that would have been iconic.
Yeah.
Just because of the time period and history in the fight. Like,
true,
you
yeah.
wouldn't even have to make Balboa. You could just be like, oh, like you said, Rocky beat communism and rode off into the sunset. That was it.
his speech, we can all do better. And
Yeah,
Rocky's done.
Like I said,
Let's
like,
be honest. That's the whole reason everybody was so pissed off after 5 is you don't want Rocky to go out like that.
Yeah,
You just kind of ruined 4
it was
for a little bit.
It was that bad of an ending. Like,
Yeah.
It was just like a wonky time in his life, and it's like, oh my God, let's make
Like
a movie
Alex
about it.
touched on again.
And-
It's just him
But-
in the gutter again in life.
but that's my
Like we don't want to see that for the.
Here's my thing. He doesn't have to be rich and famous anymore, but I don't want him to be like broke and like barely able to eat.
I don't want him
You
where
know
he
what I
was at the
mean? Like-
beginning.
Yeah, like that's awful. Like to end that way. He could begin that way. Like
No, yeah, beginning's fine. But like I don't want him to go through all this, and then he's back right where he started. Like
it's weird. But I think we all agree that 5 sucks and it should be last. So
Yeah.
we don't have to talk about that one much anymore. Again, essentially we're just saying like, is Balboa 4 or 5?
Right.
yeah,
Well, Ray and I have said 4.
We've never heard from you yet, Alex. What's your?
Well, I'm not gonna lie to you. I came in here thinking I was gonna put it at 5. So I guess that's where my vote will be for now. But I don't think Tom's argument was a bad one.
No.
I mean, I just know I wouldn't want to see it ended on 3. Like, it would leave the same taste in my mouth as if it ended on 5. Like,
I don't think it'd be that bad.
maybe not that bad, but like I said, you would.
You were
want
right. You
more.
would. People would want more to see if they would.
And I would be worried that if you waited too long, instead of 4, we would have gotten 5. So I'm really happy that 4 was made, because if you would have waited too late into the 90s, we would have gotten 5 as our 4. We wouldn't have gotten communist fighting and all that.
No,
we would have gotten.
That's true. It was a timing thing.
Yeah, we would have gotten him doing leg sweeps in the street. Like,
that's true.
like I said, it would have been worse. It would have made the franchise a bigger joke of itself. And I'm really glad that the stars aligned and didn't end that way.
And if you think about Clubber Lang in 3, Rocky gave up on himself before the fight even happened with Mick going down. He didn't even give himself a fair shot to even fight him the first time. And then once you come to the go-around of the second one, he beat him in 3 rounds. So, I mean, even with the opponent was weaker, I think, in 3 than in 6.
Rock learned about cardio in 3.
Yeah,
that's what it was. Like, hey,
cardio and let's make you look like a boxer out there doing our footwork for.
Now that you can dance around and now that you can throw both left and right hands, let's get your cardio up, Rock. Like,
I took that personally, Ray, is they were like, hey, one of these movies, he can't go the fucking distance. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
that's who he made him just out there. Yeah,
like in 1, 2, and 4, he went the distance.
Yep.
3, we said Clubber knocked him out early. Let's have him knock him out early.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Like, I think it was. I just took it as like we gotta change things up a little bit.
A little bit, just a little change.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I get what they were going for, but I mean, the big line or the big scene of the whole movie didn't come until the end when it's him and Apollo finishing up their little storyline.
Yeah,
and that was the only big part of the movie, I would think. All the rest was, making new problems, Mick dying, that was kind of over dramatized, even though Mick died. But I mean, other than that, there was really nothing much to the story.
Besides, I personally like 3. I enjoy 3. I don't know. It's one of the ones I watched a lot, but
I mean, obviously it came out a lot longer ago, so that may play a role in this. But I do watch 3 a lot more than I watch 5 or 6. I mean, sorry, 6. If 1, 2, 3, or 4 are on TV, I stop and watch it.
Yeah, no,
I don't ever watch 5, but I don't ever see it on either.
5's not, and every once in a while, like the only part I watch 5 is like the beginning when he's still in Russia, because I feel like I almost tie like that little 5-10 minute clip to 4. Because
yeah, it is. Yeah,
like I watched that, and then when he gets back to the States, I change the channel.
But like 6, I can hit or miss with it. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. And I'll be honest with you, like Zane, my son, is obsessed with the Rocky movies, but Zane doesn't like watching 6.
Huh.
He's like, it's boring, Daddy. I don't want to watch this. It's boring.
But it might be also part. I mean, I think we talked about last week in 5. Like as a kid, it's not the same. It's not as exciting. Yeah, like he doesn't understand all the adult problems Rocky's going through. Like obviously, it's like to a kid, 6 is not fun to watch. You don't understand everything. Like I don't know. So that's probably part of the reason. But like, I just enjoy 3 more personally watching it than I did 6. I mean, honestly, I understand 6. I enjoy watching it. I get what's going on. I don't know. I just enjoy 3 a little bit more. But
I mean, it definitely gives you more montages.
We know Drew loves montages. I think in between episodes, I wasn't supposed to be here, but anyway, in between, I think one day I was going to track practice and Burning Heart came on. I screenshot and sent it to Alex. I said, I'm getting ready for practice.
That's right. He did do that, yes.
It's a burning heart, just about to burn.
What the hell is Ryan Clark wearing?
I don't know. Jason Kelsey has different outfits on every night.
We're watching the football game while we record.
Aaron Rodgers completed another Hail Mary.
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
Oh, my God.
But I don't care either way. 4 or 5. It's
Yeah, I mean, I don't have any super strong feelings about it.
OSA.
Tom, you got quiet on us.
I've already said my piece. You're the one that has to talk yourself one way or another.
I said I would. I said I would have
I mean,
my
yeah,
vote
I
at
just
5.
I haven't been talked out of it. I still think that 3 is not a good enough one to end on, and I would have rather. Yes, it's even if we go 1, 2, and 3 are made, Balboa still has to be made because 3 isn't good enough to end on. You need to close that chapter and close that circle, and 3 doesn't do it.
Got to go out strong.
Because once again, I would argue that 4 closes the circle because of the speech at the end.
Well, 4 definitely has a more definitive ending. I don't deny that.
I don't know. I would say that 6 probably has the more definitive ending.
Well, I mean the most definitive, but it's meant to.
Yeah.
I don't think 3 or 4 was meant to end the
No, they
series.
left those open.
I think 4 was meant to end it. I don't think that Balboa was. Well,
I think
I
5
think-
was. I think
I think
they
5 was a
knew they
money
were
grab.
doing 5.
I think 5 was a money grab.
Yeah.
Like
Most
that-
definitely.
I think you hope 5 was a money grab.
I really I want to believe it. And I'm saying it now. 5 it had to have been a money grab. It was too bad. It was too different from the first 4.
Mm-hmm.
Like 5 was a '90s money grab off a bunch of pulp culture that is just irrelevant now, and that's why it doesn't stand the test of time.
Well, you're not going to get any arguments with me about how great
Yeah.
5 is.
But like you said, in 6 we at least we get the wrap up with like him and his final career. We get hopefully the wrap up with his son finding himself and whatnot and stop being a turd.
Yeah.
Like hopefully he has a new spark of romance and everything because he can finally move on with the Adrian's death and everything and start boning little Marie. I mean, it's like even Paul. You know, Paul is gonna get some type of job at the restaurant because he finally got canned from the meat plant. Like every character had some type of wrap up here. Even fucking Spider Rico and everything is busting there. Like everybody from 1. Like I said, it was by design, but it was like I said, you can definitely tell like 3 wasn't designed that way, and 5 wasn't designed that way.
Nope.
Because I could even argue that honestly, I'd be happy if this was just a 2 movie thing.
It could have easily been 1 and 2.
Because once again, like
Same villain. You could just done.
You could just end it on like, oh, now he did beat the champ. Like, go Rock. Like, boom, that's it.
Yeah.
Like it could be a 2-box DV set, would have made bank. Like it was almost like every other movie. Like for me was like it was a good wrap up point.
Well, I think I don't think 3 was ever meant to end it. Those movies 3 and 4 were made very close together.
Yeah, they're not
So
very
like
far
I don't
apart.
think I think 4 was already in mind when they were making 3.
Oh, I'm sure it was.
So I don't think saying it didn't wrap it up as well actually is gonna get it because they weren't trying to wrap it up. You know what I'm saying?
No, but it shows effort. And like I said, like the fact that you even said earlier that we can take like 3 or 4 things from those movies, like almost 2-hour movies, an hour and 50 minutes or whatever, and we could probably combine them into other movies and all that, shows how much fluff is in that material. Like I said, there was such lack of intent that there was so much fluff. We can take out what is good and make another movie out of it. You can't do that with 1 and 2, and you can't do that. Definitely can't do that with 6 because you need 1 definitely to exist. Like that's my thing. Is like 6 is just a tighter storyline, but once again, it's by intent.
Yeah, I mean obviously they went into 6 thinking this is it.
Yeah.
Like we're going to wrap this
Yeah.
up in a good way, not in the number 5 way.
Yeah. 3, the biggest impact is mixed death.
Yeah.
Like that's it. Like Mick died and Rock has to do cardio. Like that's it and all that. Like
Rock has to do cardio.
it is.
Become
like-
faster than Carl
Well,
Weathers.
because like I said, he can't go blow for blow with Clubber, so the whole thing is like, hey, now I have lungs, like I can take a shot and keep moving. He can't. Like yeah, you're a tank with a bigger gas, like a big gas tank in it. Like you're good. Like,
He spit up all that junk he had in his lungs for 14-hour years smoking.
but that's what I mean. Like I said, those things are cool, but they don't make it the better movie. Those are just high points in the
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
And there's so many low points and all that because it's not designed. Like you said, that movie is meant to push the storyline along as a whole. Like standalone, it's not that strong.
Well, I'll be honest with you. I don't know that you swayed me in any way, but I just don't care enough to sit here and argue all night.
That's
So
what I'm talking
like,
about. I'm fine with it.
we can go to 4.
Yeah,
Whatever.
we can move it to 4.
Hell yeah, Tom, way to go, buddy.
I can filibuster all day. Like just
I mean, it's not like we're arguing over which one's gonna be number 1.
Yeah.
No,
you
yeah,
know,
we're,
so
yeah, no.
Oh, there we go.
all right. So our final rankings of the 6 Rocky movies are as follows: Rocky, the original, is number 1. Rocky 4 comes in at number 2. Rocky 2 comes in at number 3. Rocky Balboa, the final movie, comes in at 4. Rocky 3 comes in at 5. And Rocky 5 comes in at 6. And that rounds out our rankings.
Yeah, with the dumpster fire.
We appreciate you tuning in for this Rocky Balboa episode, the final movie in the Rocky saga. We will have a Rocky wrap-up episode to look forward to where hopefully Barry will be back. I don't know if Drew will be back. If Barry's not back, hopefully Drew will be back. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen.
I can't make any promises this time because I really didn't think I'd be here. So I might be back. I may not. We'll see.
what he said last time.
But we'll see Drew again at some point.
I'll be
regardless.
back. I watch lots of movies, so I'll be back.
Remember
But that being said, I wanted to give everybody a little peek. Our next chapter will be none other than Band of Brothers. Yes, we are going away from the pure moviness and going into a miniseries. But the episodes are long enough; they're almost like movies.
Yeah.
So there will be 10 different. They have 10 episodes of Band of Brothers. So we'll have an intro, 10 episodes, an outro. So pretty much 12, I guess, episodes of Band of Brothers. We're looking forward to this very much. Band of Brothers is one of my all-time favorite things to watch. I do believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but I do believe we have another person that's never watched this before. Yes, Ray has never seen Band of Brothers. So like Barry did with James Bond, this is going to be a first watch for Ray, which I find super interesting when we have somebody that's doing something for the first time. Get their initial reaction to something. I think that's great.
It's going to be fun.
It's going to be fun. But I love Band of Brothers, so I'm super pumped for this. I hope you guys are too, pumped to tune in and listen to it with us. Yes, we look forward to Band of Brothers, and we'll see you next week for the Rocky wrap-up. And thanks for listening to Blockbuster Bums.